You know what I like? Wind.
You know what I like even more? Energy.
You know what I hate? Land.
Well, then we have a solution for you.
Wind energy.
Offshore wind energy.
Sharks, investors, Miss Gonzalez, we have a solution for you.
Windalicious. Using the Siemens-Gamesa SG 8.50-167DD turbine producing 8 million or 35 million 40,000 kilowatt hours annually per turbine with an estimated cost of $49,840,000 per turbine. So for a farm of 10 turbines, you'll be producing 350 million 40,000 kilowatt hours annually. So if you were to be powering, so with this, since usually an annual home would be powered, would need about 10,000 kilowatts to be powered annually, you could be powering roughly 35 million homes.
You may be asking, how does it work? Essentially, the wind currents will spin large blades, which turn a drive shaft, which will eventually spin a turbine in a generator, creating electricity. Green Coast in September 2019 stated that offshore wind production is unique from onshore wind because there is higher wind speed and consistency.
It sure is windy out here. Isn't it crazy that we can turn this wind into energy?
Let's move on to the economic and security impacts. Most turbines are imported, so there are import taxes on all offshore wind turbines being built, and it creates economic security in this industry. Offshore wind creates a more stable economy with investments made in port factories by providing employment to people in this field rapidly. More specifically, 3,151 jobs created directly by the offshore wind industry and 7,000 jobs created indirectly through the offshore wind industry. Communities can be affected by this too by cutting down on electricity costs and saving money. This would, in turn, help the economy. As you can see, there are primarily positive impacts of offshore wind, and it would help the economy through the money it saves and the relationships it creates through trade because of the energy source.
But even once you've looked at the economic impacts and the amount of electricity you're going to be generating every single year, there is still one thing that is more important than all of these: the environmental impacts. Now, the first thing you're going to be worried about is the effects that this is going to have on birds, because as I'm sure you all know, onshore wind turbines do kill quite a lot of birds as they just tend to fly into the turbines. This is entirely solved by putting these turbines in the sea and offshore, because as the University of Rhode Island in May 21st of 2020 states, there have been no avian deaths to offshore wind turbines at all, ever. So really we can immediately solve that. But the only other issue with these environmentally is the noise pollution that this gives off, as fish and seals especially are very vulnerable to noise pollution because of how sensitive their ears are and just that in general. So we can solve this pretty easily by making sure that our turbines are not near seal ranges, which are typically pretty northern near Canada. So really, we're not here for Canada, we're here for America. So we're not going to be putting them up here. But also, these turbines can be put in waters that are already polluted by, say, oil spills or near fossil fuel plants. So already we are stopping further pollution there by stopping further construction of fossil fuel plants and stopping the shipping of fossil fuels there. So we're already stopping the further pollution, but also these turbines allow for reefs to be constructed or just to naturally develop on them. So we can already see, once the pollution goes away, once that's solved, marine life can come back quickly, can rebound quickly on these turbines with new reefs and allowing for new buffer zones safe from human activity, as well as safe havens for them to live out their fish lives. And the last environmental impact is the blades of the turbines. Now, creating the blades of the turbines honestly does pollute more, but this is entirely mitigated by the fact that these blades last a lot longer than their onshore counterparts, so really it does balance out in the end, with the turbines lasting so much longer than onshore turbines.